Hello, how are you today? So as I'm recording, it is Monday. It is March 16th. By the time you see this, it'll likely be like late July. So how's it going? How does it feel to be a time traveler? Hopefully you didn't get ripped apart in the process, because it can be quite dangerous, quite risky to travel through time. I had a moment on live stream. I think it was yesterday, maybe, or maybe this morning. I don't know. But I think it was yesterday, with this guy. He came through and he asked me a question. And the way that he asked this question, because one thing I've learned about being a reader is that, like, the way in which we ask a question can definitely determine whether or not the answer is valuable. And he basically asked the question of, like, does this girl that I'm talking to think that I'm her soulmate, or see me as her soulmate? And maybe I was wrong in my interpretation, but when I read the question, immediately I was like, there was a bunch of other questions that came through my head. And I told him that I was like, there's a lot of questions that come through my head when I read your question. And this mother trucker jumped to the conclusion of, you're judging me. Why are you judging me? I don't see how you're judging me. And I'm like, what? And then he immediately started being like, because you have a big ego. And I'm like, what? I think what upset me most is because I was genuinely trying to understand him and genuinely trying to give him the guidance that he was seeking. Or maybe not, I don't know if he was seeking guidance, but I was trying to give him the guidance that he was needing. And I ended up blocking him and muting him because it was just like, what? Because the way that I interpreted his question, it seemed like he was being manipulative towards this girl. And maybe, once again, I'm fucking wrong. I don't know. But the way that he asked it, I'm like, why did you ask it like that? Why didn't you ask, are you soulmates? Like, are you meant to be together? Because that's not what he asked. He asked, does she think that we're soulmates? And, like, the crazy thing is, I asked him. I didn't assume anything. I didn't make any judgments. I asked. I was like, why did you ask your question like that? That makes me think other things, or makes me ask other questions. And, like, I think a lot of times when people are triggered, when people are in their feelings, it's really difficult for them to hear reason. Because some of the things that I asked were valid questions in response to what he said to me, but he didn't want to take it seriously because he felt called out. And he was like, well, I'm called out now, so fuck you. All bets are off. And I'm like, okay. And it really is ridiculous, but there are a lot of people in the world like that, where, like, if they feel called out, they'll throw everything at you. You know what I mean? And have I been here? Maybe, I guess, sure, probably. But, like, I try to be aware in the way that I get triggered. Like, I try not to take things personally just because I'm feeling a certain type of way. You know? And once again, I'm human. Sometimes I fall short. But awareness is key. You know what I mean? A part of awareness is understanding that, like, when you're triggered, that has nothing to do with anybody else. Like, unless somebody is going out of their way to trigger you, it is nobody else's responsibility but you to take care of that trigger. And we do know for sure that there are people in the world who will go out of their way to trigger people. So don't give me none of that bullshit of, well, nobody's trying to. No, there are people who do that, who go out of their way to upset people. And honestly, I think a lot of people love projecting. I know a lot of people love projecting because a lot of people will call somebody out for something that they're doing. And I don't know if it's a lack of awareness sometimes, but that's projecting. You're doing the thing, and you have the audacity to tell me that I'm doing the thing when you're doing the thing, bitch, what? So I haven't smoked today at all. I have the means to smoke. I'm about to go smoke. And I'm proud of myself, I guess, because I did hold off. Like, I had the ability to smoke for a while. Like, I was able to smoke since last night. It's almost 10. What time is it, actually? It's 1 minute from 10 a.m. and I haven't smoked yet. I plan on recording some videos when I do smoke. It helps for me to not smoke as much when I do that. So hopefully that works out. And speaking of projection, I think it's really unfortunate. I'm listening to a thing where she's talking about this, but I think it's really unfortunate how people will do everything in their power to, like, lie to themselves about what the truth is if the truth goes against what they want the truth to be, if that makes sense. Like, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I know that I'm a talented person. I know that I'm a charismatic person. I know that I have a certain aura to me. I know that I do. because I know thyself. I know myself. And it's unfortunate, but a lot of people that I've come in contact with, even before I really truly knew how great I was, purposely went out of their way to make me feel smaller than I was. And thankfully, I didn't internalize it most of the time. Sometimes I did, sure. But like, I know better now, you know, because people are tiny, people are small, and people are insecure, and people will do anything to project that insecurity onto others, you know. But you, as the greatness that you are, have to remember not to take it personal, not to internalize it. You know, they're just doing what they do because they're stupid, and they wish that they could be you. They wish they could be like you, you know, and they can, but they just don't want to do the work either, which is so annoying. Like, honestly, it's just lazy people being lazy, you know. And maybe it's not just lazy, because when we talk about pain, is it lazy to want to avoid pain? I don't know. But to some degree, these people do exhibit a lot of traits of laziness. I've had a lot of employee jobs over my time on this planet, and a lot of the fucking time, how do I say this? My drive is a lot more intense than a lot of the people in management positions and shit. Like, so many fucking times I've had managers like come on me, not like that, come on to me and like say all these stupid shit that wasn't even true. Maybe probably because they were feeling insecure about their work ethic, you know? Like, even the job that I have now, God bless it, please let me keep this job for as long as possible. The boss made it a point to say a few things to me, and I read it as he was being joking, that he was being stupid, he was being silly, but he made it a point to tell me that I needed to up my production, or up my, and I'm like, bitch, what? And I told him very clearly, I was like, okay, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say it like that, but I don't know what you're talking about, but you don't have to tell me to work. You don't have to tell me to find things to do. I will find things to do, and I will do it. Like, one thing about me, I'm a hard worker. Like, if you give me a task, if I know what I need to do, I will get it done. I will do it. You know, and I think at first he was trying to tell me to get off my phone, but the way he said it, the way he went about it was like, that's not the issue. The issue is the phone, not my work ethic. The fuck? And for the most part, my boss seems like a great guy. I don't know if he's my boss anymore, by the way. I think he stepped down, but he seems like a great guy. But even the best of us have the capacity to be insecure and to be harmful and to be toxic, you know? Like, it really does annoy me, because I'm such a hard worker, and I've had so many people try to make me believe that I wasn't. I remember when I was working at Dunkin' Donuts, bitch, I was a beast. Give me a fucking cup, some coffee, some utensils. Bitch, I'm a beast. And I swear to God, I would have managers. And also, mind you, at that first Dunkin' Donuts that I worked at, it was like a revolving door for management. Like, managers would come and go all the fucking time, every few months. And I would have managers try to tell me that I was working slow and I needed to go faster. And I'm like, bitch, I'm faster than you. What are you talking about? And I didn't know myself the same way that I know myself now. I didn't have the confidence in myself that I have now. So I didn't necessarily have the wherewithal to say, like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm faster than you, bitch. Or what do you mean? And I guess the moral of what I'm saying, it's really important. If you're a talented person, if you're a high value person, you have to be careful about mixing and mingling with lower value people, with people who have nothing to offer the world, people who just fucking waste their life away. No judgment, no tea, no shade, but it is what it fucking is. You know, there's different types of people in the world. Some of them have goals, some of them have desires, some of them want to make the world a better place, and some of them just want to sit around and feel good about themselves. And it is what it is. But as the first person, as the high quality person, you have to be very careful about being too close to people who don't have the same ambition as you, who don't have the same thought processes as you, you know? It's not about being in an echo chamber. It's not about, you know, shutting ideas out. It's about being realistic. These people are insecure, and insecure people, unfortunately, do this thing where they will, like, try to make other people feel insecure. You know what they say? Misery loves funky company. And it's the fucking truth. Like, people who are not feeling happy with themselves will do a lot within themselves to make other people feel how they feel. And whether it's conscious or not is not really relevant. It's what they do. It's how they operate. I do think that if you have awareness, though, you can rise above that. You know, if you recognize the patterns and recognize what you're doing, you can rise above that, but most people do not. So, you know, I'm gonna end this here. I'm gonna say thank you for tuning in. I hope this was helpful, hope this was useful. Please remember to hydrate, take care of yourself. Know that miracles happen all the time, and whatever you are going through is temporary, because everything is temporary, man. So try to keep your head up, try to keep your spirits high. I'll see you when I see you. Bye.